As a free action, I grab a handful of floor gravel and shovel it into my mouth and straight up eat it in an intimidation attempt. My combat opponent is horrified and I get a +2 to hit him next turn. Oh god, Jesus. I fought an opponent who had an eye patch. I used Mage Hand to pick up his eye patch and move it to his other eye. Hey, what's up everybody, Sculpture Clay here and welcome to another DnDGreentext video. How are you guys doing today? I'm feeling kinda stiff today cause the clay started getting hard, but either way I hope you're having a great day. Hopefully if my voice sounds stiff, it's because of the clay. But getting over the clay joke, I hope you enjoyed the video and please don't forget to leave a like if you do. Rejecting the call to adventure. Have a lawful good player. Finally give him the Staff of Thunder and Lightning that he's been wanting to round out his Storm Sorcerer team. Have a low level NPC nab it from him so that I can lead him into a quest where he and the party uses their new toys to save her and her people from the big bad evil guy henchman. Sorcerer doesn't even let her talk and blasts her with Disintegrate. Your sorcerer did nothing wrong. I don't know if I would go as far as saying that it's not wrong that he did that, but definitely understandable. Natural 1 on Insight. The party meets a wizard who knows of one of them. The wizard asks if that single party member would be interested in an exchange of services for knowledge. The party agrees to accompany this wizard that they just met to the negative energy plane to gather unspecified materials for unspecified purposes. He informs them that they need to go to a haunted fort in the desert. The party has previously been to this fort. It was crawling with undead who would reform unless significantly pulverized and pulled themselves together into a giant rolling bone mass. The ground was literally made of bones. The basement of the fort had a lake of meat. They re-killed the undead but never found the necromancer responsible. They are still going to this fort with the wizard that they just met to enter the negative energy plane from it. Oh god, okay, the title totally makes sense now, and I mean there is a solution to this, which is this one right here. Cackle maniacally after every sentence of dialogue until they get the message. I would say that should definitely give them the hint, but there's still a chance that they don't get it even then, which is, you know. I also just want to add this before moving on. Hopefully the party only falls to stuff like this once, like the first time. Experience for roleplay. Evil parties don't work. This is bull. My favorite group was an all-evil party. Some of the most fun I've ever had playing D&D. By higher levels, we were known and got to do a range of things from ganking low-level parties going on their first adventure and masquerading as a group of bandits to general Saturday morning cartoon like kidnapping a princess or poisoning a lake. And there would always be bonus experience for doing things like a classic evil monologue to an incapacitated group of paladins sent to stop us. Okay, this really sounds fun, and I might be wrong, but I feel like this should also be easier to DM than a regular campaign. I might have already asked this in a poll on YouTube, like after recording but before publishing the video. But I'm curious if you want to tell me in the comments if you've ran normal campaigns and evil party campaigns, your thoughts on that. Also feel free to share your thoughts if you played in an evil party campaign. Anon takes the title of the game literally. The game isn't called Wizards and Meat Shields. Anon, what the f is up with your character sheet? What? I thought we were playing Dungeons and Dragons? Your race is Ancient Lair, and you have Tomb of Horrors for a class. Yeah, I really liked the TPK class feature. Anon, this is not how it works. Well, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons, and Josh already made a dragon. So why the f can't I play as a dungeon? Briefing check. Check your briefing, everyone. Player rolls a natural 1 briefing roll. Suffocates on tongue because they didn't take a feat to re-roll briefing check. Silence, no game, I don't know what that means. Anon makes a spell. Player with a wizard PC wants to create a spell that gives him the equivalent benefits of 8 hours of sleep. argues that there are spells that can create interdimensional mansions, transform a man into a dinosaur, reattach limbs, bring back people from the dead, accelerate or even stop time, and so that a spell that gives someone the equivalent of 8 hours of rest shouldn't be out of reach. What? This is a well-reasoned argument. Make it a 5th level spell and call it a day. Sure, but it doesn't count as a long rest for game purposes. Just makes it so that you don't get fatigued from lack of sleep. Level 3 or 4. Well, tell him that he's asking for a time stop that lasts for 8 hours. And that you're not allowing it for the primary out of character reason that it would just let him take a free long rest and get back all his spells, allowing him to use it infinitely. If he persists, kick him out, because that's obviously what he's trying to get away with. D&D is great. I just tried to slam a guy with a two-handed maul and missed, swinging into the floor. I roll for damage against the floor because of course I do. I roll high. The tiles are crushed to bits. As a free action, I grab a handful of floor gravel and shovel it into my mouth and straight up eat it in an intimidation attempt. My combat opponent is horrified and I get a +2 to hit him next turn. Oh god, Jesus. I fought an opponent who had an eye patch. I used Mage Hand to pick up his eye patch and move it to his other eye. And before the character had both eyes working and just had the eye patch for aesthetic reasons. Anon maxes stealth. That one party member who pees in everyone's mouths when they take a long rest and nobody can do anything about it because he creates stealth rolls. Yeah, I hate it when my party members do that. But it's better when your rogue is like this instead of when he's just edgy, at least, you know. Door puzzle failed successfully. Be adventuring party in a dungeon. 2 wizards, paladin and a rogue. Must place 4 orbs in the correct order to unlock a talking door. Paladin reasons that there are 16 max combinations and steps forward to brute force the password. Door says that it will scream if the combinations are wrong. Rogue doesn't want any screams. DM describes the orbs. 1 milky white, 1 milky white, 1 dual metallic, 1 shiny black, and 1 polished green. Astronomer wizard weighs in. Maybe it represents our planet. Black for outer space, white for the atmosphere, green for the surface, and metal for the Earth's core. Put the door in this order: black, white, green, and metallic. DM mumbles in disbelief. The door opens. O was for onyx, which is black. P was for pearl, which is white. E was for emerald, which is green. N was for nickel, which is metallic, which spells open, which was the answer to the puzzle that they somehow got accidentally. That's amazing. The best part is that they're gonna go on with the impression that they solved the puzzle correctly. Unless the DM tells them, you know, at the end of the session or something. When you die in the intro, 20 minutes into the game. I had, for quite a long time, a reputation as a narrative breaker and PC killer with 5 different DMs running various settings. Not through dickery or any actual voluntary actions from my part, but rather sheer bad lucks with the dices that would happen either at the worst moments, or what would come as a playful prank to establish the character of a fellow player ended with me breaking my ankle at the very start of a one-shot session. Still, one DM asked me if I wanted to play some Pathfinder, so I said sure, why not, I wanted to try. Bimmy, playing a barbarian elf, with DM's approval to do some shenanigans with languages, cultural regression, and mannerisms. Every player gets a one-on-one session with the DM to justify his arrival in the scenario and teach us the mechanics. I end up encountering a bandit attacking an old man, begging me to save him. Why not? Can always get a reward from him afterwards, and it's obvious narration by the DM. The bandit throws a knife and gets me in the arms. I face the bandit, try to get the first hit in, and get a critical fail. I had to do an agility check to not drop my halberd because of the knife wound in my arm. Second round of fighting, the bandit got the initiative and he rolls to strike me with his sword. I hear the second sound of dice rolling, followed by complete silence from the DM. I hear another roll, followed by a gasp. Another roll follows, and the DM tells me that I just took 32 damage. Mother just did a 20 and an 18, followed with maximum damage on the second roll. I died during the goddamn intro, bleeding on the ground. The DM had absolutely zero backup plans and had to think on the fly about what to do, as we created the character only half an hour ago. After a few sessions, he decided to drop critical hit, leading to another attack for mooks, as it became apparent that it was happening a lot. See, this is exactly why DMs must fudge rolls. That's not even an option for them, I mean, they just have to do it. Old man sought help and saved me, but no weapon, no money anymore, and I started a campaign with only one hit, with a painful wound that would take multiple sessions to heal. Struggling with names. Be me, DM. Be not me, Human Wizard and Tabaxi Monk. Party is always asking for the names of random NPCs. I try my best to come up with names on the spot, and it shows. Party gets to a library. Wizard. Are there any history books here? Me. Yeah, there's a history section clearly marked for you. Oh, great. I'm going to look up the names of every person in the royal family lineage. You what? That gif? Current king is named Agrimir, which you already knew. Okay, what was the previous king's name? Fadimir. He doesn't ask he doesn't ask for any more names after that. I now have a list of emergency names for when they ask, and the character doesn't really matter. Next session, a man is being chased by guards. The party stops the guards and gives the mystery man a chance to escape. They find him later and start a conversation. Somehow, that conversation turns into planning a heist, stealing from a vault full of magic items. About an hour, real time later, they successfully steal a few magic items from the vault and escape without being caught. Not a single time has anyone asked the mystery man what his name was. I accidentally say his name out loud while describing a scene. They both laugh. Are you kidding me? That's it? I decide to start being angry for comedic purposes. You wanna ask for the names of every random NPC you encounter, but the one time a character has a name, nobody has the slightest bit of curiosity as to what it might be? Or something to that effect. And they knew I wasn't really mad, it was just part of my angry DM comic relief. I also don't expect anything to change as a result of this encounter. Yes, I could have easily just had the guy introduce himself, but in my defense... Shut up, I'm trying my best over here. It's okay, buddy, I'm pretty sure that every other fellow DM completely understands you. It's fine. Alright, on that wholesome note, we're gonna end this video here. If you've enjoyed it, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel for more. I would appreciate that. But either way, thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate that. Also, thank you to everyone supporting the channel on Patreon. Means a lot, so thank you for the support given there. Links below if you want to check that out and get early access to videos, or if you want to check out the subreddit or the Discord server, or follow me on any social media. And yeah, that's it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, bye!